Hey there, welcome to Cooking with Violet Vixen. Today we are making apricot and walnut stuffed chicken. There's only a few ingredients to this one. So gather them all up. We're going to serve with mashed potato and peas, and they're going to cook in the oven. So grab all this and let's get ready to go. Okay, so first thing we'll do is to get 3/4 of a cup of dried apricots, chop them, and then we're going to soak them in some water. Okay, so put the chopped apricots into a medium bowl. We're going to cover them with warm water. I've just boiled the kettle, so you can't get much warmer than that. And put your timer on and set them aside for 15 minutes. So our next step is to get 40 grams of butter. I'm just going to use the unsalted butter because I don't use much unsalted butter and it's better to get rid of it. So I had unsalted butter left over. 40 grams, all going well. Perfect for that. That's exactly what I got left. Soften that, so that means put it in the microwave. About 30 seconds, that should soften it. That's the buzzer. So after the 15 minutes, grab those apricots and you want to just drain that water out of them. As you can see, they're plumped up, but they've still got water in them, so drain that water out. Best thing to do is to get your little colander. Just going to use a small sieve to do this. So they're drained. And we need 3/4 of a cup of finely grated cheese. I'm not getting finely grated cheese, I'm just going to use the normal grated cheese. Check on that butter. Give it a little bit longer. Okay, so 3/4 of a cup. I'm going to use this one, it's fine. Finely grated cheese. If you want to finely grate it, that means you've got to use the zester side or the fine grater part. I think grated cheese works just as fine. So I'm just going to use the same jug that I measured the apricots out in because it would be really great if you could get a 3/4 measuring jug. Actually, there's a good idea for me. If I bring out a range of measuring cups, there's got to be a 3/4 cup because I use 3/4 cup all the time, and it means that I end up having to get out a jug, which works just as well. I'm going to put that idea on paper. Okay, perfect. So grab that butter out. This is all going into this bowl with the apricots. That's better. Chuck it in. Chuck in the cheese. Mix all this together. Just grab a spoon. Now, what we have to do with this is we're going to divide it into 4 portions. Problem is I may have melted the butter too much. I think the butter was supposed to hold everything together. But after saying that, once I put it in the fridge, it's surely going to set again. So don't melt the butter as much as I did, just give it the 30 seconds. Okay, divide that into 4. Don't know how I'm going to do that, so my suggestion, which is going to involve a bit more washing up for me, is to get 4 ramekins. This way they're going to have to set. you ever just had one of those days where nothing really wants to go where you want it to go, I'm having one now. I tell you, I'm just going to get the big spoon. Probably, yeah, that's going to be a better option. Yeah, so once these are going in the fridge, by the way, so the fact that butter's melted, it's going to solidify again. Everything will be back to normal. Okay. So when you're convinced that you got it into 4, that's going in the fridge. That timer's going on for 20 minutes. So these are quite time consuming to make, but I think they're going to be pretty good though. Okay. Put that timer on for 20 minutes and into the fridge they go. So our recipe calls for 1/4 cup of crushed walnuts. That doesn't mean measure them out and then crush them, because you'll end up with not much. So get your walnuts. You can buy the chopped ones, go for it. And then you want mortar and pestle's the easiest. You can use a bag with a rolling pin if you don't have one, or you can use your finger. So just put quite a few in, and then we're going to start pounding them like so. And then once they're small, get your measuring cup, and when you're at 1/4 cup, you've reached your goal. Good news, I guessed well. So because this is for 2 nights and we're cooking as we need them, I'm going to divide that into 2 portions. Half are going in one and half are going in the other. Good. Now I'm going to do the same thing with the apricot jam, because it's a tablespoon and we're cooking over 2 nights. So I'm putting these in microwave safe containers, because you need to be able to warm that bit up. Once I've got the chicken assembled, I'll talk you through what you need to do to cook it. So I'm just about to get that chicken ready now. So let's go. Remember these from earlier in the day? They're back, so they have actually solidified back up again, so it's good to know. Alright, let's get that chicken. You need your little hammer for the kitchen. So what we're going to do is we're going to wash the chicken breast, and then we're going to pound it out till it's very thin, and then we're putting this in the middle. Now this next part might look weird. You're probably wondering, why are you putting baking paper down? But it actually makes less mess. So put 1 chicken breast on there. Put your paper on top. Grab your hammer and pound it. It is breaking into it. Probably not the best idea. Never mind the paper. It worked with one thing I did, but obviously doesn't want to work with this. Turn it over. You want these pretty thin, so that way they're going to cook quickly. Well, not, when I say quickly, not really. They're going to be 40 minutes in the oven thereabouts. might be pretty good at that. So our next step is to grab one of our little pots of apricot and cheese and butter, spread the whole lot out, spread it like you're making a sandwich, eh? Then fold it, pop a toothpick in the middle. The toothpick's just going to hold it together. There you go. Now repeat. Perfect. Okay, so that is what they look like when they're pounded flat, stuffed, folded over, toothpick in. Preheat your oven to 180, 160 fan forced. I'd probably recommend you maybe do these at the hotter temperature, but see how you go. Bake them for 20 minutes, take them out of the oven, brush them with the warmed up apricot jam, and then sprinkle with the walnuts, the chopped walnuts, and return them to the oven for 15 to 20 minutes. When they're ready to serve, take your toothpick out and serve them with mashed potato and peas. Alright, you can check the socials to see what they look like when they're cooked, and then, yeah, enjoy. They look really good. I'm going to catch you next time on Cooking with Violet Vixen. Bye.